connoisseurs of movies, TV shows, and literature. Are you ready to shake things up? You may call me Luke Garou, and we are here to feast on my opinion of all things movie, TV, and book. And it's been a while. I know it has been a while since I've actually tackled a book. And from classic to college prank gone wrong, scary stories to tell in the dark. And you're looking at this, it's like, that's thicker than what I remember. This is all 3 books. Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark, collected from American folklore. More Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark. And Scary Stories 3, More Tales to Chill Your Bones, are all in this book. And the movie, OMG, the movie was good. I liked the movie because when you look at some of the drawings, and I love these drawings are freaky. Come on, there you are. Look at this. This is what appeared on your television screen. This is creepy in black and white. Rendered into real life, it is even more horrifying. And I love that about that movie. There are people that didn't like the movie, but hey, I thought it was cute. But I'm not talking about the movie. I'm talking about the stories themselves. Because they have all kinds of stories in here. Some of my favorites. And yes, you're gonna think, oh, that is so cliche. It's entitled The White Wolf. It is my favorite story in this book. Because it is about a white wolf, spoilers, that hunts down and eliminates the hunter that has been hunting the wolf population. It's a classic revenge story. I love it. And what's more is that it's a supernatural ghost wolf that does the killing. And then they have a little black dog who gets revenge against the monster of a man who killed it. Again, like I said, I always spoiler. There are so many tales in here. There's a vampire story in here, which even at a young age, when I first started reading this, decided that the vampire needed to get 2 good bites of his victim instead of a single one. So I read properly until the second night, and then I jumped back to when it attacked her, read it that it attacked her again, and then I had her brothers go after it in the graveyard because I'm just weird like that. And the stories are written so that if you're as, I don't know the proper word for it, as adventurous as I am, I guess, they're set up that for some of them you can actually do that. It is awesome. I mean, heard this from a friend of mine. She had only the first book of the series, and to keep her kids in line at school, she turned them into a fun little game. And instead of it being spooky and scary, she made them fun, lighthearted, and downright goofy. I mean, how many other stories can you say you can do that with? Try to do that to a Stephen King and you're, what is that? No. These can be worked that way. Or if you don't even want that, you can literally go to Stories 3, and it's so funny they're scary, or so scary they're funny. I don't remember exactly how they word it, because, guess what? It's just, Oh, maybe it's the second one. Oh, The Brown Suit. It ends on a tasteless joke. And it's a very funny, tasteless joke because it's been going around forever. And then you had Where is it? Oh, College Prank Gone Bad. Gone wrong. This is literally, reading this story is literally what I would think crazy college kids would do. Oh, we're going to put a fake hand or a real hand disguised as a fake hand, or a fake hand that turned out to be real, to the pull string light switch of the vain girl in their school, so that when she goes to turn on her closet light, she's holding the hand of a dead guy. And instead of it being a jump scare, she has a laugh when she finds out, oh, it's no big deal. Again, spoilers, it traumatizes her. And I'm sure grabbing a cold, rotting corpse's hand would traumatize anybody, unless they are the most deranged of individuals. But there's one, it's called Baseball Game, which is another one I absolutely adored. And it was about two friends who absolutely adored baseball. And they made a promise that should one die before the other, they would see if there was baseball in heaven and come back and tell them. Pardon. That was another one of the funny ones. Yeah, pardon. Because one of them dies, finds out there's baseball, and goes back to tell his friend. The answer is hilarious. If not a bit, oh, that's chilly. But as a kid, they were willingly terrifying. They gave me a huge scare. And then I grew up, and out of I want to read for nostalgia's sake, I picked it up again, and it's still timeless enough to put a shiver down your spine. And if you look, like I said, these images are awesome. They are hauntingly beautiful. And, oh, bigger picture. Okay, fine. But they set the mood of whatever story they're talking about so well. I mean, those of you who have seen my videos before know that I am a mom. My kids read these because, for as scary as they are, they also have an undercurrent of you better behave. Because the story, the My Big Toe, or the Big Toe story, it's literally telling you, don't grave rob, and definitely don't eat corpse meat from a human being. But they also have cute little songs you can sing in here. I mean, you have the ghost in the mirror. I can go on about these. I mean, each story I love, I can do an individual video on, and please, no, I won't, because you would get tired of it after, like, the third one. Because that would just give me another excuse to reread the whole thing. But this is the perfect attention to detail that you would expect from writers like King or Poe. But most of the stories are barely a page, if that long. So if you're down on time, but you want to read something start to finish, this is a book to go to, because you can literally just, oh, look, story. Just 4 paragraphs. A complete story in 4 paragraphs. That's the space of, if you're in the passenger seat, a red light. Do not read while driving. That is horrifically bad. But you want to tell scary stories around a fire. Right here. Some of them are literally designed to be read in groups, where you add to the thrill of the story by getting your audience involved. Because you're encouraged to jump at somebody and say, you've done it, or give me that. Or one of them literally says you just scream bloody murder. When you have children reading this, and they are reading it quietly to themselves, remind them that screaming out loud for no apparent reason is a big no-no. I had to do that with my oldest, because she would be reading quietly. Next thing you know, she's screaming or shouting out loud or whatever the book told her to do. Which, good on her for getting involved, but pick the time and the place and your audience. I mean, there was, when I was younger, a time when I couldn't finish these series. I borrowed it from the library, started reading it, got so scared that I couldn't finish it, and I returned it to the library. And then I found the Treasury collection, and please do not ask me where I found it. I've had it for a while. I'm sure if you looked it up, Scary Stories Treasury, on like Amazon or any of those sites, you might be able to find it. Oh, yes, I'm being reminded that I never told you who actually wrote this. And it's retold by Alvin Schwartz, and the illustrator is Stephen Gamble. And it first came out, and yes, I am going to be, it first came out the year I was born. Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark came out
1942.
No, I was not born in 1942. I was born in the 1980s. More Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark came out in 1984. And Scary Stories 3 came out in 1991. So, these are an old book, if you're going just by date of publication. But like I said, they're timeless, they're classic, and if you want to laugh, some of them are downright funny. And if you want some that make you go, ugh, that's in there too. This book has a little bit of everything in it. And let me know in the comments, have you read? Will you read? If you have read, will you let your offspring or nieces or nephews read? Or will you pull, like my friend did, and alter them so that daycare kids can understand and enjoy them in a way that doesn't scare them? Or are you going to make them more terrifying? just to watch them get scared. Please don't do that. Traumatizing kids is not fun. I don't care what people say. Because just because you're laughing at their reaction doesn't mean you're the one that has to deal with the ramifications of what you did. So don't scare children. But this is a good book to have discussions about scary things with. Because, like I said, the college prank gone wrong. You read that, kid says, why would they do that? Well, because they thought it would be funny. They weren't thinking. They didn't expect the person to react the way they did. Great icebreaker for tough conversations about the fine line between a joke prank and bullying disguised as a joke prank. And unfortunately, because somebody was very definitely hurt in Dead Man's Hand, that was not a make you laugh joke prank. But who would have thought you would learn so much from a single book or 3 books? Like I said, have you read them? Will you read them? If you've read them, did you like them? Will you let younger members of your family read them? Do you want to burn it because you think it is evil and satanic? Please don't. Burning books is bad because it does a lot of pollution. And hey, just because you don't like it doesn't mean other people don't like it or other people shouldn't read it. But these are my opinions. Feel free to disagree. And as always, kindness is the key to understanding. So be kind to me, be kind to each other in the comments. Save the like button from any injuries it may have acquired. Hey pup, don't fall into my drink. And rescue the subscribe button from zombies. And until next time, bye.